Norwood City School District Board of Education follows a bi-monthly meeting schedule. The first meeting of the month is called our committee meeting. At this meeting, we fully discuss our agenda for the board meeting to be held the third Thursday of each month. As board members, we encourage you to attend, watch, and listen to our committee discussions, resulting in action at the board meetings. For full disclosure, our committee meetings and board meetings are always announced, video and audio taped, as well as posted to our webpage for your view. All of our meetings are public and visitors are welcome. Mrs. Campos, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Atwood is absent. Ms. Allen? Here. Mrs. Wortham?
Present.
Mrs. Cole? Present. Mrs. Raker?
Present. At this time, we'd like to invite our newly appointed board members, Debbie Cole and Sally Raver, to take the oath of office.
We'll do one at a time. Debbie, if you want to come up right here. Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and that you will faithfully and impartially discharge your duties as a member of the Board of Education of the Norwood City School District, Hamilton County, Ohio, to the best of your ability, and in accordance with the laws now in effect and thereafter to be enacted during your continuance in said office and until your successor is elected and qualified? If you agree, you just say, I do. I do. Thank you. You can sign this for me, please. Thank you for your service. We do appreciate it. And you're next. Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and that you will faithfully and impartially discharge your duties as a member of the Board of Education of the Norwood City School District, Hamilton County, Ohio, to the best of your ability in accordance with the laws now in effect and hereafter to be enacted during your continuance in said office and until your successor is elected and qualified? If you answer yes, you just say, I do.
I do.
Thank you.
Madam President, is it okay if we do some family photos?
Yes, we should.
That'd be fun.
Sorry, okay, so we'll do those. Do you think we better line in here? Do you want to do this out in the hallway? Okay, here. Okay, good. Let's start with
we'll go.
Sally. Okay, Sally. Your mom's officially famous. You can do everything she says at home. Oh, no answer. Your beautiful face. Oh, I wonder what that looks like. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now say mom's best. Mom's best. So enthusiastic. All right, I think we captured it. Do you want us to capture one with your phone?
Oh,
I can send you two. Okay.
Go on.
Sally, can I have one just of you?
Sure.
Thank you.
Do we want that one with the background?
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that after the meeting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Mrs. Cole. And all your troops. Wow, where do these boys get the hide?
No comment.
That's okay. I tell her that my mom and dad too. All of us kids are way bigger than our parents. There's something in the country corn too. And I have to say mom's the best.
Oh, right. Like you mean it. My turn.
Say it like you
1, 2, 3.
Great. Great. Thank you so much.
John, you're so
Why don't
All right, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our next item this evening is item 1.05, the adoption of the agenda. I would like to motion to adopt tonight's agenda.
I will second that motion.
Motioned by myself and seconded by Ms. Ballard.
Mrs. Rosa?
Yes.
Ms. Ballard?
Yes.
Mrs. Cole?
Yes.
Mrs. Ray?
Yes.
Item 1.06 is the approval of the meeting minutes from May 16th. Can I get a motion, please?
I'll motion.
Motion by Ms. Ballard,
I'll second.
second by Mrs. Cole.
Mrs. Rosa?
Yes.
Ms. Ballard?
Yes.
Mrs. Cole?
Yes.
Mrs. Ray?
Yes. Item 4 on the agenda is personnel with superintendent recommendations. Dr. Sabo?
Thank you, Madam President. Under item 4.01, I'd like to recognize the resignations of Mr. Winterrod, Mr. Martin, Ms. Rhodes, Mrs. Bryant, Mr. Bauer, and Mr. Zefkman. Also, child care leave for Stephanie Brown.
Is there a motion to approve these items?
I'll motion as written to accept the resignations.
I'll second. Motion by Ms. Ballard and seconded by Mrs. Raver.
Mrs. Rosa?
Yes.
Ms. Ballard?
Yes.
Mrs. Cole?
Yes.
Mrs. Ray?
Yes.
Under item 4.02 for employment, I'd like to recommend Tina Akers as our high school principal. She served 10 years as an administrator in the school district and 18 years as a teacher.
I would love to make the motion to accept that.
I'll second.
Motion by Ms. Ballard and seconded by Mrs. Cole.
Our second item is for teacher contracts. Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
need to call roll.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. Come on.
Mrs. Rosa?
Yes.
Ms. Ballard?
Yes.
Mrs. Cole?
Yes.
Mrs. Ray?
Yes.
And now our second item, teacher contracts, personnel. We're just recognizing who is on a continuing contract for the 2019-2020 school year.
I motion to accept the list as written.
I'll second. Motion by Ms. Ballard and seconded by Mrs. Raver. I will be abstaining from this because my husband is on the list.
Mrs. Rosa?
Abstain?
Ms. Ballard?
Yes.
Mrs. Cole?
Yes.
Mrs. Raver?
Yes.
To continue, we're recognizing personnel that are on a third one-year contract for the 2019-2020 school year, personnel that are on a second one-year contract for the 2019-2020 school year, and personnel that are on a first one-year contract for the 2019-20 school year. Also, the approval of assistant treasurer supplemental contracts, a change in status, Tammy Guy from a health aide to the secretary at the middle school, and Whitney Campbell, the student aide at Norwood, a student assistant at Norwood to the secretary at Norwood. And then number 6, of course, avenues for success.
I motion to accept.
I'll second. Motion by Ms. Ballard and seconded by Mrs. Cole.
I do have a clarification point, just for our new board members. Kathy, would you please explain the difference between the third year, second year, first year, so that they understand what those actually mean when we go to vote on those?
So the first year those are first year teachers here. Welcome to our district. This 2-year they've only served 2 years in our district. The third year, generally after your third year, that recommends that you have a continuing contract. And that is one thing that actually makes us very appetizing to people who want to work in Norwood. And so after your third year, you have a continuing contract.
Thank you.
So we work really hard within those first 3 years to decide if you're worthy of working in Norwood City Schools.
Thank you.
Mrs. Rosa?
Yes.
Ms. Ballard?
Yes.
Mrs. Cole?
Yes.
Mrs. Raver?
Yes.
To continue for number 7, we have summer school. We have, of course, you'll notice there's home instructors as well as student assistants and health aides.
And I will motion to accept that list.
I'll second.
As a matter of discussion, I will also abstain from this vote because my husband is also on this list.
So I would clarify for you guys, typically this entire list would be one vote, but because we have a member who has a direct tie, we have to separate out those specific numbers to be able to vote on those separately. And that's why you're seeing so many motion and seconds for this particular topic.
Mrs. Zorza,
Abstain?
Ms. Ballard,
Yes.
Mrs. Cole,
Yes.
Mrs. Raymer.
Yes.
Next, we have for your approval our number 8, kindergarten camp days, number 9, athletics, and number 10 just recognizes that we like to hire, we can hire people who are not teachers of Norwood City Schools. And so those can be pupil activity contracts, and you'll see those names listed there for athletics.
I motion to accept.
I'll second.
Mrs. Zorza,
Yes.
Ms. Ballard,
Yes.
Mrs. Cole,
Yes.
Mrs. Raymer.
Yes.
And as a point of reference, just so you know, any coaching position is always offered to a certified teacher first. And then if there's no one interested, then it's offered to outside. And that concludes my recommendation.
Thank you, Dr. Sabo. The policy committee report would be given by Brandon, who is not here. So I'm trying to look to see if we are on a first reading.
We are on the first reading, yes.
This is a first reading. So this would be policy BJA,
If you'd like to roll up here, once you're confused.
EHB, and KJA.
And attachments are going to be listed. So
These have to do with the liaison with the School Boards Association, use of electronic signatures in the schools, and distribution of materials within the schools as well. So again, this is our first policy reading. Could I get a motion, please?
I motion to accept the first reading.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Okay,
Mrs. Zorza,
yes.
Ms. Ballard,
Yes.
Mrs. Cole,
Yes.
Mrs. Raymer.
Yes.
Item 6 will be our Building and Grounds Committee report. This is for our use of facilities request. As we discussed at our committee meeting last week, we have an award presentation for Jerry Retgers, in which the French Legion of Honor will be given by Consul General from the French Embassy. They're requesting the high school mini auditorium on July 9th, 2019. And we also have the St. Bernard Elmwood Place High School girls soccer games requested to be at Shea Stadium. Dates to be announced in the fall of 2019 from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Is there any further discussion on either of these items?
Point of order, we need to motion and second first before we can open discussion.
Thank you.
I just heard Brandon's little voice right there.
Right.
I'd like to motion to accept those items,
I'll second.
and now we can open for discussion. Did you guys need any clarification on what those events might be? If we can catch you up.
So I've already went
You
over
told
the
me about
agenda
St.
with
Bernard.
both of them this past week, so we should be good to go on all items.
For St. Bernard use.
Correct,
Okay.
yes. Actually, the entire agenda, we've.
Beautiful.
Madam President, did you have a chance to follow up about the boosters?
I did not, so Mrs. Cole had questioned whether or not the boosters would be able to run concessions for the games.
I believe that was the intention when I spoke
Okay.
with Mr. Hines. Yeah, that we would get, I think we get the gate also.
Right, so I do remember
Which
that
we
we
did
did the gate,
discuss,
but
they generally don't bring a very large crowd. They're a small school district and their field is under renovation. So we didn't think that would be a lot, but it would be something.
any further discussion? Okay,
Mrs. Zorza,
yes.
Ms. Ballard,
Yes.
Ms. Mrs. Cole,
Yes.
Mrs. Rayburn.
Yes.
Item 7 on the agenda is the Finance Committee report provided by our treasurer, Mrs. Julie Camphouse.
Thank you, Madam President. House Bill 166, the biennial budget, was finally approved by the Senate Finance Committee. It is expected to be discussed today by the entire Senate and hopefully will pass soon. I have heard that the Senate did reduce appropriations for mental health funding for school districts and increased public education vouchers. After the Senate passes their version, it goes to conference committee where they will attempt to summarize all versions of the House bill into a budget bill. By law, that must be completed by June 30, so as I have been, I'll keep up to date on the budget bill. 7.01 through 7.04, we're going to wrap together. They're my financial documents for the month of May, as well as the FTE summary and the middle school change order listing in 7.01. 7.02 amended certificate, that's just our estimated budget for or our estimated revenues for this year. 7.03 appropriation resolution, our estimated budget for this year. And 7.04 appropriation resolution, our temporary estimated budget for next year.
I'd like to motion to approve items 7.01 to 7.04.
I'll second.
Mrs. Orza?
Yes.
Ms. Ballard?
Yes.
Mrs. Coleman?
Yes.
Mrs. Rayburn?
Yes.
7.05 North Norwood lease. That building is leased to the Hamilton County Educational Service Center. This contract is the same lease as we've had in the prior couple of years.
A motion to accept the continuing of the lease.
I'll second.
Mrs. Orza?
Yes.
Ms. Ballard?
Yes.
Mrs. Cole?
Yes.
Mrs. Rayburn?
Yes.
7.06 updated modular costs. These costs have increased due to the earlier order of additional modulars and due to the increased electrical installation costs.
A motion to accept.
I'll second.
Mrs. Orza?
Yes.
Ms. Ballard?
Yes.
Mrs. Cole?
Yes.
Mrs. Rayburn?
Yes.
7.07 cash transfers and advances. A transfer from the general fund to the permanent improvement fund. Also an advance if needed to cover possible negatives from the cafeteria fund, the AD fund, and a couple of federal grant funds.
Motion to accept the transfer.
I'll second.
Mrs. Orza?
Yes.
Ms. Ballard?
Yes.
Mrs. Cole?
Yes.
Mrs. Rayburn?
Yes.
7.08, this agreement is with Strategic Solutions, and it will update software of the Treasurer's Office.
A motion to accept the upgrades.
I'll second.
Mrs. Orza?
Yes.
Ms. Ballard?
Yes.
Mrs. Cole?
Yes.
Mrs. Rayburn?
Yes.
7.09, property liability and fleet insurance. We're seeing about $13,500 annually in savings with this quote, and it increased our coverage by almost $24 million. We're adding computer crime, fraud, impersonation, and cyber liability coverages. We've increased both bond and forgery coverages significantly. Finally, we've lowered our deductibles for most coverage. This is a more comprehensive policy than we've seen in the past. I'm happy to present it to the board for approval.
I'm happy to motion for it.
I'll second.
And I'd also like a discussion item, thank you so much for looking so diligently for a policy that saves us this much but gets us so much more in terms of our coverage, especially in regards to our cybersecurity. So thank you.
Mrs. Orza?
Yes.
Ms. Ballard?
Yes.
Mrs. Cole?
Yes.
Mrs. Rayburn?
Yes.
Transportation payment in lieu of, this is a reimbursement for the students that we could not transport last year.
A motion to accept.
I'll second.
Mrs. Orza?
Yes.
Ms. Ballard?
Yes.
Mrs. Cole?
Yes.
Ms. Rayburn?
Yes.
And And then finally, our cyber liability, we broke it out separately because the cost actually dropped $500. So rather than modifying a couple of line items above, we just went ahead and threw it on there at the end.
Motion to approve?
I'll second.
Mrs. Warza,
Yes.
Ms. Fowler,
Yes.
Mrs. Cole,
Yes.
Mrs. Draper,
Yes.
and I missed one. I'm sorry. Let's go backwards to disposal of inventory. 7.11. These are all old computers and computer equipment that we're disposing of. The values that are on the document that's attached to the agenda are values that we're going to be removing from our books. It's not necessarily what they're really worth because they aren't worth anything at the age they are.
I motion to accept?
Second.
Mrs. Warza,
Yes.
Ms. Fowler,
Yes.
Mrs. Cole,
Yes.
Mrs. Draper.
Yes.
That's all I need.
Thank you, Mrs. Campos. Item 8 would be hearing of the public. There is no one here. So we'll move on to number 9, which are reports. We'll begin with board announcements, if there are any board announcements.
I do have a board announcement. So I spoke with the folks over at our Drake Planetarium, and they do have some summer scholarship type discounts available for our students. It's really available to anybody, but we would really love to get some of our students, especially those who are serviced with our free and reduced programs through the district. If you'd like to go for the full day camp, it will save you $100 off the entire cost. If you'd like to go for the half day camps, those will be $75 off. And again, those are open to any student. However, if you don't qualify for the free and reduced program, there's a coupon code voucher that does save you a percentage off instead. And you can contact our Drake Planetarium for information about which camp would be best suited. And they also have an upcoming event for the 50th anniversary of the moon landing, which will be held next month on the 13th. They're going to be doing all kinds of fun activities, including some rocket launches out on the field next to the high school, as long as the weather is permitting. So again, you can look at their website and follow along for the programming information for that.
I wanted to give a plug for the summer reading and math program at Williams, but I don't have all the information. So Mrs. Chesson, would you like to provide that?
Sure. It begins on July 8th, and it is open to all students that are going into grades to first grade and also entering into 7th grade even, and it is free of charge. We will bus students from their home school over to Williams. We will also provide a free lunch for students at the end of that time from 8:30 to 11:30, Monday through Friday. It is a 6 weeks program here held at Williams in some air-conditioned space. So they will be cool, they will be comfortable, they will be well-fed, and they will get to learn and be enriched at the same time.
Great, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Item 9.02 is the superintendent's report. Dr. Sabo?
Thank you, Madam President. We have wonderful news to share. Summer school for the elementary students will begin in July, and we also have a summer STEM program that is grant funded for all of the elementary students in grades 5 and 6 that will take place here at Williams in the air conditioning. And I just want to let you know that construction at Sharpsburg Primary is well underway. The modulars have arrived. They are not set, but we hope in the next month that they will be set and hooked up. But we are storing items in them so that everything is removed from the primary so that construction is not delayed. I want to let you know that Mr. Lynn Yates is participating in a principal exchange in Munich, Germany. And so that's where he is now, and we're excited to hear about his experience when he returns. And of course, just to confirm that preparations for next school year are underway. They have been for many, many months now. And so we're excited about the upcoming school year. We can't wait to get students back into our buildings. This concludes my report.
Thank you, Dr. Sabo. Item 9.03 is the Great Oaks report. Ms. Ballard?
Thank you, Madam President. First, I do want to extend our condolences to our CEO and president for our board. His mother passed away this past week. so I'd like to send our sincere condolences to him and his family at this time. We do have some items coming up for summer and prep for next year. However, to help streamline our board process and to better meet the needs of the Norwood City School Board, we are electing to move my report for Great Oaks to be a quarterly report. So I'm going to be picking this up in the fall and give you kind of a comprehensive overview of what we've done over the summer, and pick this up in September or August, depending on what we need to report. If anything comes up in regards to our specific students, I'll make those announcements during board announcement time. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Allen. Item 9.05 is the legislative report. It was very cumbersome, so I'll just hit the highlights. There are several items at the state level for consideration. So these are items that we just watched to see how they'll impact our policy and our students as we move forward. House Bill 43 would eliminate the first right of refusal for certain school districts in the acquisition of school district property. HB 111 would require public and private schools transferring a student to do so with their records within 5 days. HB 123 is in regards to school security and youth suicide awareness, education, and training. The Senate has conducted the first and likely the last hearing on a plan to overhaul the state's school district takeover system. The State Board of Ed is considering adding social and emotional learning standards for the state. And looking at bills that have passed, there's HB 12, which is the creation of the Ohio Children's Behavioral Health Prevention Network Stakeholder Group, and HB 281, requiring valedictorian salutatorian status. And that concludes the legislative report. Item 10 is meeting notification. 10.01 is the approval of future meetings. The committee meeting will take place July 9th, 2019 at the Board of Ed office here on Williams Avenue. And the regular board committee will be July 18th, 2019 here also at 2132 Williams Avenue.
A motion to accept the meeting dates as written.
I'll second.
Point of discussion, our group photo will be held on the 9th, ladies, just for an update. At the July 18th meeting, I will not be in attendance.
Mrs. Worthing.
Yes.
Ms. Ballard.
Yes.
Mrs. Cole.
Yes.
Mrs. Rayburn.
Yes.
Are there any items that have been removed for separate consideration?
We have a point where we missed the Avenues for Success report.
There was no avenues for success.
There wasn't, okay.
And no items removed, is that correct? It's on here, but nothing posted. Okay, item 12 is executive session. In accordance with ORC 121.22G1, the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official, or the investigation of charges or complaints against a public employee, official, licensee, or regulated individual. Number 4, in coordinates with ORC 121.22G4, preparing for, conducting, or reviewing negotiations or bargaining sessions with public employees concerning their compensation.
Number 2, please.
In accordance with ORC 121.22G2, the purchase of property for public purposes or the sale of property at competitive bidding. I'd like to make a motion to approve these items.
I'll second.
An executive session at 6:35.
6:31.
Mrs. Worthing.
Yes.
Ms. Ballard.
Yes.
Mrs. Cole.
Yes.